Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason. I'll be bringing you today's video. Video 2 in our little series on the mollies. And this one we're going to talk about the dark side molly system. 2 and 3 point molly systems coming out of the Don't Come. We already talked about the come bet. Now we're going to talk about the don't come bet. And of course, once you finish the series, we'll go ahead and live roll these out for all of our patrons to include on the rest of our exclusive content. If you're curious about those, just check the description of the video down below. Now, the don't come. Once there's a point marked, because if there's no point marked, then it would just be the don't pass. Some players will go ahead and put their don't come bet down. We'll say we're on a $10 minimum bet table. Whatever rolls, it will travel behind. Okay? So just like the come bet, the don't come, it's starting a brand new game, only this time you're on the don't pass instead of the pass line. And since we can't have multiple pucks around, the bet itself is the puck. By being over here, it's saying that the point is 9 for this bet. The bet itself is the puck. Now then they could go ahead and lay their odds. So let's say they want to lay 30. And then a second don't come. Now, oftentimes with the don't come, I generally see 2-point molly systems. Occasionally I see 3-point molly systems. Even rarer are the infinite molly systems or the infinite come and infinite don't come systems that I'll show you guys in the third video. So another number rolls, as long as it's not a 9, they travel and they go ahead and lay 30 odds. Variations of 30, 30, 60, 90, really good for beginners on the don'ts because it works for every single number. It's proper for every single number. It's units of 6 for the 6 and 8, it's units of 3 for the 5 and 9, and it's even for the 4 and 10. So really good. Obviously 18 would work as well. You could do 18 on every single number, except if you're on a $10 minimum bet table, 18 would not work on the 4 and 10 because it only wins 9. You have to win the table minimum. So generally 30, 24 of course would work as well. Pretty much any multiple of 6 is going to work. But 30, 60, 90, they're really easy. It's what we initially recommend to players that ask a lot of questions about the odds. We'll recommend they do 30 or 60 because it's easy. It takes away the guesswork, the questioning for them. So if they're doing a 2-point molly system, they stand fast right here. If they're doing a 3-point molly system, they'll put another don't come out there. In general, like with come bets, I actually personally prefer doing a continuous come like we'll do in the next video. For the don'ts, and I have played the don'ts in the past, and every so often I might just for fun, if I'm out just kind of messing around. For the don'ts, however, I do a 2-point molly system, at most a 3-point, if I'm really aggressive. But generally I do a 2-point molly system because it shields you, it protects you from catching that hot shooter. When you catch a hot shooter and you're a don't pass player, it can absolutely destroy you. I've actually destroyed myself shooting, playing the don'ts once. It was really funny because I made all my buddies a whole ton of money and I got destroyed. And it was actually when this is many years ago, when I was learning how to deal craps. We all went out and we were just playing different things. As we were learning things, we'd go out and start and play them. And this particular night, because we were going out a lot back then, this particular night I was playing the don'ts and just crushed myself when I was shooting. It was really funny because I made everybody else a whole bunch of money and I didn't really lose much of my own. So when you just do a couple points, you can then sit back. If the player does, a 0.7 out or something along those lines, oh well, you get paid. If they do a couple of down behinds, you sit out. I know some people that if they do get a down behind, then they will go ahead and put another don't come out. They want to keep their 2 numbers behind at all times. I kind of disagree with that. When you catch that hot shooter, of course, eventually a 7 is going to come. So there's nothing wrong with that strategy. I guess disagree is the wrong phrase. I prefer not to play it that way. I prefer that if I have a couple down behinds, that I just wait for the next shooter. Thank you, everybody, by the way, for the coffees. We've been doing Dutch Brothers lately. It's been awesome. They've got some great stuff. In fact, I once was playing the don'ts, had 2 down behinds, said screw it, switched over to the pass line bet, and the guy rolled for another 40 minutes after that, and I ended up making a whole bunch of money. So, to me, 2 or 3 point molly system protects you. Definitely protects you. from catching those hot shooters. Because if you stumble into the guy that does the 20, 30, 40, or the hour 10-minute roll like we just had the other day, it's just going to annihilate you if you're a don't player. In fact, that hour 10-minute roll did have a don't player. It was really, really funny. So yeah, so there you guys have it, the 2 or 3 point Molly system on the DCs. Now before I wrap this video up, just a funny story for you guys. The second casino I ever dealt at, we had a player. This guy's got to be in his 80s, maybe he was in his 90s. He was in a wheelchair, the motorized wheelchair that went about 1/4 mile an hour, and he was a don't player. He was the only one on the table. He was playing the don'ts, and he was doing a 3 point Molly system, if I recall. And he was doing a pretty hefty lay. Now, he was up, at this point, he was up probably $300. He had maybe a $200 buy-in. He had like maybe $500 in front of him. So he's up a few $100. And I come back from break, and again, he's been doing pretty well the first part. I come back from break, I go on the stick, and during the next 20 minutes, the only words out of my mouth are either winner, place the point, or down behind. It seemed to be all I said for 20 minutes. It was either winner, take the don'ts, or down behind the 9, down behind the 6, down behind the 10. Just constant, take his money, take his money, take his money, take his money. Got an excellent roll, basically. By the time he would 7 out, he'd win, a couple bets after losing 8, and then the next roll, winner, winner, down behind, winner, down behind, down behind, down behind, winner. So in about 15 minutes, this guy lost all his money. He went from being up 300 to being down 200 and completely broke. And again, this guy was in his 80s or 90s, and he is just MFing me as he's slowly chugging away on his, I'm guessing was running on watch batteries, motorized wheelchair, that again was going about 1/4 mile an hour. So this ancient guy is just MFing me for a good 10 minutes as he's just slowly motoring away. And everybody's trying to keep a straight face until he leaves, and then just because of the way he left, everyone just started cracking up. And one of the dealers said it was almost surgical, that round on stick. It didn't matter where his bet was, down behind or winner, down behind or winner. It was pretty amusing, and it was because he never backed off. He never backed off on himself. He kept it going. The don'ts, just like any other bet, is going to have a point where it wins. Don't keep chasing when it starts losing. And this guy was chasing. And he was chasing on his own. So he destroyed himself. But it was just the whole, this ancient guy, MFU, MFU, MF stick. It was just absolutely hilarious as he's slowly motoring away. So I hope you guys find this interesting, illuminating, enlightening, or at least just plain fun. We thank everybody for watching. We will catch you guys next time. Bye now. Thank you everybody for watching today's video, and as promised, a little bit more detail on things that we are working on. So again, we want to continue trying to expand the channel. We're really hoping to be able to add roulette as soon as possible, and then some video keno, video slots, stuff along those lines. Unfortunately, it ate up almost all of our cash, paying off all of our bills during the month of January while we were down. And now that the holidays have ended, YouTube's payouts have dropped significantly. So we're kind of treading water here as far as all that goes. Do have a lot of things we want to add, though. Not just those things, those additional games, and hopefully some carnival games and such like that, but the live streams. The biggest problem right now with the live streams is with 3 jobs combined between the 2 of us, 4 if I include the 20 to 30 hours a week I'm putting into the YouTube channel. It's very, very difficult for me to have a day and time that I can commit to doing the live stream every single week, because we also have our very young child to take care of. But I'm trying to figure that out. I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being on Monday nights or Tuesday afternoons, or possibly both. I intend to do at least one live stream exclusively for our patrons, and then another one on the YouTube channel. So possibly both days. We also have a few other things that we really want to attempt to move forward on. I'm just running into either time or skill set issues. I do want to eventually have a website going for us. I did used to program websites over a decade ago. A lot of things have changed, and I just don't have that time. And not a whole lot of knowledge on the current state of building websites, hosting site, what sites can host, and how to build up, the e-commerce stuff. So if anybody has any skill sets along those lines and would like to answer some questions or just help us out, shoot us an email, sincitylivingLV@gmail.com. Also, I really hope to be able to start adding some exclusive stuff from Sin City Living, logoed shirts, hats. I'm looking to get custom dice made, even custom layouts made, although those would be pretty expensive. But I know zero about e-commerce and drop shipping and anything along those lines. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, please email me. I would love to ask you some questions and see if you can answer a few to help me figure out how to get that going. Same thing with designing our logos. I had some logos designed, very, very small logos, unfortunately, not big enough to blow up to put on T-shirts and stuff like that. And again, I know I know nothing about logo design, graphic design, any kind of websites that could do it. I literally know nothing. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area also, please email me, and you're willing to answer some questions, please email me and let me know. I'll admit I don't even know where to start as far as asking some questions, but I'm sure I'll ask a few, and that'll trigger a few more, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's that, and of course we do hope to continue to improve our AV setup, but I am an AV moron, so also right there, if you have any skill sets or knowledge in that area, please email me, and are willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. We would love to help. Otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching, and we're very excited to continue bringing you our videos. Bye now.